This garlic has got a red tinge to the leaves, which shows a nutrient deficiency. I thought it might be just watering because I'd put some bloodfish and bone in, but obviously I didn't put enough. I was worried that the fox might come along and dig it up, so I didn't put too much on, and obviously it wasn't enough. So I've just watered it with some of my own liquid fertilizer made from weeds, so that should help with that. But interestingly enough, it's only the garlic at this end that's got that problem, because the elephant garlic is perfectly fine, and this garlic, which went in maybe a week later than the others, is doing fine. The stuff in the pot, the garlic in the pot, although it's been taken over by weeds, well, it's only going to be used as green garlic anyway, so that doesn't matter. But they don't seem to have any problems. It was interesting that he was just at this end, because I made sure he was watered and I gave it a feed. That weed tea will sort that out. This is the remnants of the massive compost pile that I made. I mean, there's still quite a lot of good compost in here, but obviously being open compost, the weeds are starting to come back into it. I've taken what I need for the moment, so to stop the weeds taking over and putting more seeds into it, I'm going to put the plastic that was there, I'm going to put it on top of this and just lift it and take some more compost if I need to, but I won't be needing it till I do the other beds. So for the moment I'd rather get it covered and stop the weeds getting in. You can see that the bees definitely use the dandelions because there's not much else out there for them. Well, these cabbages have gone to seed, so they need to come out and be dealt with. This cage needs a good weed. And the thistles, they weren't even there 2 weeks ago. Look how quickly they've come with all the rain. Bloody hell, I can't even get in. I planted 2 potato beds at the beginning of May and they've started to come up through the wood chips. Once they grow a bit more, I will add more wood chips around them. And this, well, it was under the plastic and then I cleared it, and you can see it doesn't take long. It takes hardly any time for the weeds to get going. Even the paths are not safe. The dreaded bindweed is back, and that was a compost heap last week. Just a nettle bed now. Well, the leeks are up. I'm not sure about the parsnips, but the leeks are. I know what's happened to that one. It's got its roots out. This thing keeps dropping these, which is why I've got this netting on. Don't think you can see, but there is something coming through, so we might get a few parsnips. These potatoes are the ones that were stolen by the rat and found after I'd planted the bed, so I planted them in pots. The Jerusalem artichokes are going gangbusters. They're doing fine. Unfortunately, so are all the weeds such as dock, but we'll deal with those later. This rhubarb is doing great. Well, I know there's thistles around, and this one's gone to flower again. But that's easily solved. Just get in, reach into the bottom, and pull the whole thing out. Same with this one. Reach in, pull the whole thing out. Only takes 2 seconds. Oh, and it's starting to rain. Right, the cabbage bed is cleared. Now the supports are lying down because I pulled them out, but I'll sort those out before I put the next lot in. This rhubarb is getting gangbusters now. Considering it was moved 2 months ago, it's doing absolutely brilliantly. This one was the one I was already on the plot and was the one I moved first. It's not looking brilliant, the older leaves, but the younger leaves seem to be doing alright. Nice and green. So I think it's alright. I think it just took a little while to get established. I've just put some stuff around it to stop the thistles coming through, because I didn't want to go around with a fork trying to pull out thistles in case I damaged the fledgling roots of the rhubarb. This one is going to root again. It's going to flower again. It's up. Alright, come on. There you go. That's easily solved.